Are you a Pokemon fan? What if there was a game where you could catch Pokemons and sell them as NFTs for profit? And you're watching the Crypto Herd, I'm Bruno, and I can tell you that that's possible on the Flow blockchain in Chainmonsters, which just released their demo. And seriously guys, this is the best Pokemon-like game that I've ever played in Web3. If you want to access the demo, all you have to do is go to the Steam platform, download it and click on play. If you want to play on iOS or Android, because this is a mobile game mainly, all you have to do is go to the official website and download the official versions. So guys, we just logged in the game and the first thing you notice is that the graphics are simply stunning. They really remind me of the modern Pokemon games that you can play on Nintendo, for example. Then another really interesting and uncommon choice is the fact that the developers chose the Flow blockchain. Then this game also falls into the play and earn category, meaning that even though it's not a priority, at some point you're going to be able to monetize your in-game activity, and you're going to be able to do that by turning the Pokemon-like creatures of this game into NFTs and sell them for profit. So let's imagine that to catch a really rare Chainmon that a lot of players want, then well, probably that's going to go for a high price. So since we're on the computer, if you actually click on Alt, we can bring out the arrow, which is going to allow us to interact with the different menus of this game. And the first menu is the menu where you can actually take a look into our squad. So squads are made up of 4 different Chainmons. So in each battle, we're going to be able to use 2 Chainmons, and then you're going to have 2 Chainmons on reserve. Then you also have the storage, where you can see all the Chainmons that you own. Then the second menu is your inventory, where you can see all the materials that you have. Then the third menu is the quest menu. Okay, so we also have quests in this game and some storyline. Then we also have the fourth menu where you can actually take a look into our character. Our character also has experience and also levels up. And then the fifth menu is where you can actually take a look into the raffle tickets that we have. And you can get these raffle tickets by completing daily activities. And then they're going to be used to reward players by playing the demo. So the demo is going to last until early next year, which is probably when they're going to release a new beta or the full game release. And by then they're going to draw some winners and you're going to get special items, which are going to be NFTs. So guys, enough talk, let's actually start a Chainmon battle. So Chainmonsters is completely open world, so you go around, you collect some materials. Every time you see a Chainmon like this one and you cross its path, it's going to trigger the beginning of the battle. Okay, so as you can see, we have 2 Chainmons on the front line and we have a bunch of options available. So we can either attack, sleep or skip our turn. Then we can use items like the replicators, which are the Pokeballs of this game, and we can also swap Chainmons. Okay, so if I had other Chainmons in my squad, I could swap either the Chipleaf, which is this one, or the Ornita. Okay, but right here what we're going to do is we're going to attack it. When we click on the fight icon, 3 different skills show up. Let's apply the Leaf Storm, let's also attack with the Sting. Okay, and now we're going to see how our Chainmons are going to perform. So we almost killed the opponent's Chainmon. So right from the beginning you can see that this game is quite complex strategically speaking. So each Chainmon has an element and each element has strengths and weaknesses, and you can also wander with 4 different Chainmons. By combining all these elements, this creates almost an endless amount of strategies that you can use to outplay your opponents, and that's really cool. I really like when games give you diversity and a lot of options. So let's finish the other Chainmon, the Ornita. I believe we're going to win this battle. And we won! So I believe now our Chainmons are going to get some experience and probably level up, I hope. So now let's look for another Chainmon and try to catch it. Look at this one. This one looks like the Onyx from Pokemon. Let's try to catch it. It's called Burst Steel. Let's deal some damage first to make it weaker. Another cool thing is that the effects are already really nice, even though this is just a demo. So I do believe that this game has a lot of potential. The Worst Steel is really weak, so let's try to use the Replicator or the Pokeballs of Chainmonsters to try to catch it. And Worst Seal was caught, so we have a new Chainmon in our family. That's cool. So if we actually go to the menu right here, we can add the Worst Seal to our squad. Okay, so let's add it here. So now in the next battle, if I want to swap in the middle of the battle, like for example the Ornita for the Worst Seal, I can do it and I can bring the Worst Seal to the front line. Chip Leaf and Ornita, they have like an element which is nature, but then Worst Seal already has an element which I believe it's hurt. So this is really cool and this really brings me a nostalgia feeling from my childhood when I used to play Pokemon, you know. Then another thing is that there was a beta before this demo, and if you actually caught some Chainmons on that beta, you're not going to be able to use them on this demo, because this demo is going to be a standalone version of Chainmonsters, okay? And don't worry if you actually caught Chainmons and got some special items on the last beta, because those are going to be available on the full game release. So guys, Chainmonsters, honestly the coolest Pokemon-like game that I've ever played in Web3. Guys, if I'm wrong and if there's a coolest Pokemon-like game in Web3, please let me know in the comment section, because I have to check that game right away. Thanks for watching and see you in the metaverse.